In today's brief video, I want to share with you guys a simple technique that anyone who's struggling with depression, demotivation, or sadness while quitting smoking weed could potentially benefit from. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Programs, which are dedicated to helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, substances I once struggled with. To learn more about our free and paid program resources, be sure to check the video description and the pinned comment at the end of today's brief video. The name of the technique is called 3 Good Things, and the basis of this simple technique is very straightforward. Upon waking up each morning, you're to get out a pen and paper and write down 3 good things. This could be 3 things that bring you feelings of happiness or joy. This could be 3 things that you're looking forward to, or this could be 3 things from your past that have been positive things in your life that again make you happy or make you feel good. Now, the principle of this technique is obviously rooted in gratitude, being grateful for the things that we have. And gratitude was definitely something that I brushed off throughout my addiction struggles, and I think with good reason I wasn't interested in it. So please, bear with me if gratitude isn't something that you've thought about giving a shot to, because I was in the exact same boat until quite recently. When it comes to addiction, I don't know why I was always such a negative person. I think it went somewhere deep into my subconscious mind. Maybe it had to do with my upbringing. Maybe it had to do with social media and the propaganda we're fed on the television. Maybe it had to do with certain influences and people that I found myself hanging around, even unintentionally at times. But I think we're programmed towards negativity and towards things that put us on high alert. I think it's human nature to be on guard versus just walking around with more of a sense of joy and better off well-being during the day. I think that's hardwired into our brains. That's why the negative news stories or the negative things always get more attention than the positive things. This is just the way society is. And unfortunately, I think a lot of that negative thinking is what led me into addiction. And then once I became wrapped up in addiction, it was very hard, if not impossible at times, to see anything positive going on in my life. Now, reflecting back on my 9+ year struggle with THC and nicotine and adult media content, there were certainly good things. There were good moments. There were good times. And I believe if I would have taken a moment to acknowledge those things, those positive aspects of my life, I truly feel that it would have made quitting a lot easier. This isn't an activity that you want to just do for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I would call for you to challenge yourself to do this every day for a minimum of 3 months to a year. And if you can push for a year, I think you would be golden. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm a very or overwhelmingly positive person, because I'm not. But I am a very optimistic person. I am someone who looks forward to getting out of bed each day, and I think that's a really, really good thing. That was a mentality, though, that I had to develop through practice, perseverance, and patience. And I feel like an activity like this would require something similar: practice, perseverance, patience, and determination, doing it over and over and over again. And the days where something like this is going to be most important are the days where you feel like you can't identify anything good. And when people come back and say, listen, there's nothing good going on in my life, I'm like, well, write down something from your past, or just repeat the 3 things from the day prior. Don't feel like you have to come up with 3 new things every day, although I would encourage you to try your best to, because I'm going to recommend each month looking over all the positive things that you're experiencing in life that you may have overlooked. I believe firmly that a simple technique like this has the ability to flip us out of that negative headspace into a much more positive one. And when we approach quitting an addiction with a sense of positivity or an aura of positivity, quitting truly becomes a lot easier. Now, granted, I wasn't practicing this exact technique throughout my active addiction, but I did wind up doing something similar. I've mentioned this many times on the channel. I was using something called the High Performance Planner. You can find a link to these on Amazon in the pinned comment in the video description. And this planner basically takes day by day, and it lays out for you what you're doing with each hour of the day. And then it has evening and morning mindsets. And like, for example, today's message to myself, morning mindset, one thing I can get excited about, evening journal, a moment that I really appreciated today was. And then it has all these other aspects for you to dive into. Now, at the end of each week, you review your clarity, your energy, things that need more necessity, your productivity, your influence, and your courage, and you add up the points from each of those sections, and you're able to see the progress or lack thereof that you're making week to week. And then each month, you're able to take your weekly reviews and grade yourself on a monthly scale. You could easily use a journal like this and write out 3 good things in the morning journaling section or in the today's message to myself section. And I think that would help a lot of people start from a much more positive place when it comes to quitting weed or quitting nicotine, quitting alcohol, or any addiction. I've been practicing this now for probably about 2 to 3 months, specifically with the 3 good things technique. And I'll tell you, it's been very, very eye-opening. It's amazing to me, even though I've worked very hard to build a lifestyle that I'm truly happy to be a part of, how negative I can get sometimes and how much I can get into my own head, despite not having substances as part of my life anymore. But that's a reality. It happens to all of us. And I have found this to be a particularly beneficial exercise. And one of the things that I love about it most is the simplicity of it. It takes me all of 5 minutes in the morning to sit down and write out 3 good things. That then puts me in a positive headspace to tackle my day. That typically leads to having more momentum throughout my day, which makes me more productive. And then in the evening, I have more to be excited about because now I was more productive throughout the day. And this little exercise, 3 good things, has played a major role in that over the last 2 or 3 months. We've seen the progress in my business, seen progress in relationships, just all around. If you're sitting here and you're saying, Dr. Frank, there's nothing good. There is nothing good in my life going on. This is not for me. I want you to consider that maybe the good things are right on the other side of addiction. If you truly are in a horrible situation right now, and weed is a big part of your life, or nicotine, or alcohol, or adult media content, right? A lot of times when we use these substances, we view them as having some inherent good. They relieve my stress, they're fun socially, they make me feel good physically, whatever it may be. But if you can't come up with one thing positive, and one of these substances is a major part of your life, I think you really have to start to question what good is there in that substance if you can't even identify 3 good things right now. Maybe quitting that substance is the thing to get excited about. Maybe having a fresh start each day that you wake up is the thing to get excited about. I'll even go a step further. Maybe the withdrawal symptoms, a sign that your body is healing and recovering and restoring and detoxing, because that's what withdrawal is something to be grateful for because it means you're alive. That's, of course, assuming you want to be. There's different situations around that, obviously, for each individual. All right, guys, I hope this video helps you out. If it did, follow me into the pinned comment to download that free 7-step guide on how to quit smoking weed today. Book a one-on-one call or check out our other paid program resources. Or simply follow me into the next video where I talk a little bit more about depression and the mindset necessary to flip that switch when it comes to quitting smoking weed. I'll see you guys in one of those spots.